these are two guys that I have known for a long time and I've loved in fact working with. And ये लिखते वक्त भी I had this clarity, when we were writing, I had this clarity who I want for this. So in fact, I was just waiting to finish and tell these guys that, would you like to be a part of it? And I was reasonably confident that they would say yes, because they are great parts. We were just talking about this, that we had done, Manoj sir and I had done Hangama Hai Kyun Barpa, part of Ray, and I had given him the script while he was on a holiday in Uttarakhand. In fact, not on a holiday really, he was stuck in Uttarakhand because of the lockdown. And I sent him the script and he read it and he called me and said, hey, I really enjoyed it, I want to do it. And I said, yeah, that's great, but there's something else I want to talk to you about. And I was pitching Soup to him. So it's been there. I mean, it's been a long time. And Coco is somebody, yes, I never directed her and I worked with her when I was a writer and I was an assistant in Omkara. And in Dathanganj, she directed. But I really wanted to, work with her where I could work with her as an actor.
I'd been dying to work with Abhishek ever since I saw Ishqiya. Other than the fact that we knew each other on Omkara and it was an easy equation, and also, we were family friends. He was friends with my dad. But ever since I saw his first film, I was like, oh my God, who doesn't want to work with him? It's like that. And then on top of that, there is Manoj, a living legend. So, so then there's no question. It doesn't matter what the part was, because I was thrilled. I wanted to just quickly say yes, before it goes to anybody else. And what a great part of Swati Shetty, huh? Because you don't really get to see, she's interesting, a character, so well written, well detailed, fleshed out. I could understand the origin and the starting point of her story, that she's lived a certain life and now she wants to do something for herself, and she's a little dismissed by the men in her life, and she's aspirational and she wants to open a restaurant, but she's a bad cook. I mean, what a great premise to start off on. And then this bumbling crime track which is also going on. Things are just spiraling out of control, and it's all woven very well together. I don't know how you guys wrote it at all, because it's very interesting and all interconnected as well. The cops, the family, then these two and their romance also.
Three of them are completely away from each other. Prabhakar is what anyone, you can't get worse than that. So as a human being, he's everything that today's women, hate completely. And Umesh is someone with all, he's a great character. He has his disadvantages. He has his gambling habit. He has, he gets somewhere gets carried away by, by woman's charm or sexiness. But I always, remember one thing that from the shoot, that in the end, he just wants to run away with her to Pondicherry. After everything, he just wants her to leave all the desires and the dream and take that bus. So this is where his goodness lies. This is where it also tells you what Swati is for him, for this guy. What the third character, which doesn't have any name, we call him Pramesh. Okay, so he is bit of everything. He's bit of everything, but also Umesh is getting tired. Slowly you will realize, because this is what we try to do also. He's also getting exasperated, playing this guy, which he is not. Okay. And to reach there was a journey of the shoot, and and that is where I had my most fun, because there was complete freedom of choosing where to limp and where to really make mistakes, where to be Prabhakar and where not to be Prabhakar. So that was a lot of fun for me.
That was one of the fun things about the show. I mean, it's very hard to do it in a 2-hour story, because, I have always been fascinated with sort of a kind of space in storytelling where I do not do this monotone kind of a thing. I don't think life is like that, So I have always, as a filmmaker, wanted to do things which sort of blends a lot of moods. More than genres, it's about a lot of moods, because, and to show the audience something that is pretty dark, but then they can laugh at it also at the same time, and that's something that's much more lifelike to me than, so I've always been wanting to do something like that. And series is very liberating because in 7 to 8 hours you have much more time, so therefore it gives you the freedom to be able to do that more successfully than in a film. So the reason when my writers Anant, Uneza and Harshad, when they came to me with the basic story, and they had written out some scenes and of the first episode. When they came to me, what got me into the show was its mood, because I thought that is what is very unique. Very rarely do we come across, especially in our country, we come across something like this. And that's the primary reason why I wanted to make it. The plot and everything, we really labored on it for like 2 years and got it to where it is. But the mood we always knew, and that's what guided us through the journey.
It is a very, very intricate balance, and it is also it is something that was making everyone very, very unsure. When we were performing, and at times you look towards our director and ask him, is it right? He says, I don't know, लेकिन अच्छा लग रहा है, करते हैं. So nobody was sure, but we just went by our instinct and went by what was looking great through the camera, and I think that was the biggest fun, exploring all the time, trying to understand each and every shot, trying to understand each and every line, and they could be delivered 5 or 8 different ways, but you had to choose one out of those many options, and just going after it with full conviction. Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of fun.
I never thought about what genre it is and all, because that's impossible to, and I don't think it belongs to any one particular genre like that. And actually, as an actor, I don't know if it's very important to know, because then you're from the inside and inside, like directors still a little bit from outside, like outside isn't, you have a thing of the whole perspective. But yeah, but like as Swati, I mean, I was seeing it from Swati's point of view, and sometimes, there were times, 1 or 2 scenes where I would feel outraged as Swati, and Manoj and Abhishek are laughing. And I'd be like, no, I don't know why you're laughing, it's very serious for her and all that. So I don't think in that sense the comedy element is really coming from Swati's character as such. Also, she's just, I mean, I could really relate to her. She's just surviving. She's like, oh, this has happened. Now I have to deal with this. Now I have to deal with that. Oh, shit, this has also happened. So it's a lot of just thinking, using her brains. She's quite practical. She's very smart. She's very intelligent. She's, aspirational, like we said. And so at that point, it's just interacting with your co-actors. And one thing that you had said, which really helped me at that time, because sometimes you're like, oh, this can also be very dramatic, and actually whatever real tears are coming or whatever, something is very genuinely dramatic or something. And Abhishek at that time, to help me, it's not like the show is like that or something, had said that think of it like a graphic novel. Yeah. And that really helped me, because I could immediately see snapshots of Swati going when she sees the body, or I could just see those images, and I realized I have to just do it like that. It's not like she went out and, did particularly criminal things, but she went along with it. It's like she had a greater goal. You know what I mean? She had to get to a greater goal. And of course, life was going to get in the way. And men were going to get in the way. But she had to go and she had the strength of character, the perseverance, all of that to go with it, to go on that journey. And thanks to Umesh as well, his support.
That was for Sonchiriya.
Okay.
And I always wanted to work with him, right from the time I saw Ishqiyan. And I realized that he's the director that I would love to work with. He's my kind of a director. So it's the middle of the road genre. I just love it. I feel that we should make more and more middle of the road cinema, because somewhere it is serving a bigger thing to the audience, because too much of potboilers and too much of indulgence also, it is not doing good to the audience. And middle of the road is actually balancing it so well for all the people who are interested in independent content, at the same time people who also like to watch and be entertained. So his kind of middle of the road really excite me and engage me. So I always wanted to work with him. It's just that we couldn't. And one day suddenly, Sohan Shriya happened to me. I read the script. In 2 hours, I finished it. And then I said, oh shit, I want to work with him in a bigger role. Then I had a meeting with him. And then he said, no sir, I want to work with you. Please trust me. Trust me, just go with it. I'm not going to let you down. I know how I'm looking at this character. But yes, when I saw it, I said, wow. Even I couldn't see myself that way. I was just performing, but he had different thing in mind, different kind of approach for Man Singh.